Hello everyone, thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about missing 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari. She's missing from from Cornelius, North Carolina. And there's a little bit of media attention out there about her, but I would like to get her more awareness if possible. So please, leave a comment, like, share, keep this in the algorithm so then that way Madalina has a fighting chance of being found. Okay, so like I was saying, she's an 11-year-old child who was missing from Cornelius, North Carolina. She was missing for 3 weeks before authorities got a report of her disappearance. Madalina and her mother are both from Moldova, and her mother's name is Diana Cojocari, and her husband is Christopher Palmiter, but he is not Madalina's biological father. I believe her biological father is in Moldova, but I wasn't really able to find out any information about him. So what we know so far is that Madalina was last seen on surveillance waiting in the aisle of her school bus to be dropped off on Friday, November 21st of 2022, 4:59 p.m., and she was dropped off at a stop near her house. And that's where the last sighting of her was, and police have the surveillance video of it, and they took the screenshots on it to put out there for people to pass along to make awareness for her. Also, Diana and Christopher are both in jail. They are charged with failing to report the disappearance of a child to law enforcement. Both Diana and Christopher claim they don't know where Madalina is. Diana admits that she was urged by family to call police because she told family in Moldova what was happening, but that she still chose not to. Christopher admits also that he and Diana had spoke repeatedly multiple times about the whereabouts of Madalina, and he too did not call law enforcement. Officials found an area in the kitchen blocked off with plywood, and Christopher told authorities that he was planning on making a second apartment. Let's see here. Both Diana and Christopher are both being uncooperative. Police have not been able to verify that the claim that Diana and Christopher say they last saw Madalina on November 23rd of 2022 at their home. School had reached out to Diana because of Madalina's absences, and she started falling into the truancy area. So they tried reaching out multiple times, even dropped a truancy packet at the house when nobody had answered. And then they finally did get a hold of her, and she was supposed to show up on December 15th with Madalina. However, Diana showed up without Madalina, and she had told a school resource officer that her daughter was missing. So school officials are the ones that got a hold of law enforcement to let them know about Madalina's disappearance. Also, police are looking for any witnesses who have seen a gray or green Toyota Prius and or Diana between the time frame of November 22nd of 2022 and December 15th of 2022 within the Madison County area. They're asking to reach out to authorities if you have seen either the car or Diana herself. Now, some other things that are out there that are being said but have not been verified is that the stepfather supposedly had left, I believe, for Michigan right before Thanksgiving and came home a couple days later and Madalina was gone. Neither one of them are able to keep their story straight, and they're not cooperating. We have a beautiful little girl who loves flamingos and horses, okay? And she should be enjoying flamingos and horses and Christmas and New Year's and all the other holidays that are coming up. And she's nowhere to be found. And here we are again, where there is no report of her missing from her actual parents. And it was delayed, and if it wasn't for school, probably wouldn't even have been noticed, because school's the one that actually called, not the parents. And there is an age gap between Diana and Christopher. He's, I believe, 60, and I want to say she's like 37, which I guess doesn't make too much of a difference, but maybe it could. We don't know how they met or anything, why, she chose to move out here from Moldova. There's not really much on the family dynamics of their life in Moldova or even here too much, except, Diana stated that that there would be no friends or family out here for Madalina to go to, and that Madalina did not have a cell phone. And she, said to police that she was worried about what her husband would think if she had called about Madalina's disappearance. So needless to say, red flags everywhere, super fishy, as usual, unfortunately. And, our best bet is to hopefully get somebody's memory to just kind of jog a little bit by getting her face out there. Now the visual of the Prius, I did not put a color in the part that I did for the Prius because I have vision issues and I at the time did not see a color listed for the car. But then I went back and found this. So, they're saying it's either gray or green. But that is the actual picture of the Prius they're looking for. Now, there is ties to Moldova. We have North Carolina and allegedly ties in Michigan. What he went out there for, he said just to pick something up. I'm sure we all can kind of take a stab at what that might possibly be. But, it's just my opinion. We don't know for sure. But what we do know is that she's missing. And she's 11 years old. And she deserves a fighting chance to be found no matter what that means. And hopefully whoever is responsible for her going missing is held accountable. Children just don't disappear into thin air. It doesn't happen. And let's be grateful that, school did the right thing, didn't ignore her absences, and, were able to find out she was missing and get a hold of authorities. And even though it's been a few weeks, and, there's that big time gap that law enforcement is dealing with because they got such a delayed start because her disappearance wasn't reported right away. What we can do on our end is we can keep her face out there. We can keep what we know of Madalina's story out there, up to this point. Any updates, we can throw them out there. But most importantly, let's keep her face out there. Let's keep her name out there. Let's keep everything circulating. Let's give her a fighting chance of being found. Like I said, let her be found, whatever that may mean, because every child deserves a chance to be found. Every child deserves to be found. So please please comment, please share. Keep this in the algorithm so then that way, her name will still pop up and, we can get her out there and get her circulating because, 3 weeks is a long time to not be noticed or be reported missing. So there's a huge disadvantage there. But we've seen miracles happen before. So let's do what we do best and let's get this sweet girl's face out there and, keep her name out there. And let's hope and pray that she is found and she is found sooner than later and that justice is served. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.